When it comes to mobile computing, sometimes you need something that's light and fast. Introducing the Acer Aspire S that will probably fill that niche for you. Quickly running through the specs, this is a 3-pound laptop that has a Core i7 running at 2.5 gigahertz, 8 gigabytes of RAM, a 512 gigabyte SSD, a 13.3-inch IPS LCD with a resolution of 1920 by 1080 that supports touch, and inside powering the graphics is an Intel HD Graphics 520. As far as ports, you get 2 USB 3 ports and 1 USB Type-C port. Also 1 HDMI and 1 full-sized SD card slot. All these specs bundled together come to a price point of $999. Now, with the specs out of the way, what's it like to use the Acer Aspire S? With its lightweight and compact form factor, it puts itself in direct competition with my personal everyday machine, the MacBook Air. And as for design, the Acer has a nice feel, and with the nano-imprinted surface, as Acer describes it, it adds enough grip to hold one-handed without fear of slipping out of your grasp. The gold metal hinge looks good and, more importantly, feels very sturdy, even when it's open to its impressive wide angle. The keyboard feels good with a nice amount of travel for a slim laptop. All the functions you need are in close proximity, and my only real complaint is that the backlighting across the keys isn't uniform. But really, that's my OCD nagging at me. The 1080 resolution screen is matte, which keeps glare away and decreases any unsightly fingerprints, which you will undoubtedly come across because this is a touch-capable laptop. The screen is snappy and responsive to touch, and I found myself using it more and more with Windows 10, especially in tablet mode for web browsing. For such a slim laptop, the speakers are pretty impressive. They will get quite loud and without a lot of distortion or sounding hollow. Inside the Aspire, the i7 processor matched with a 512GB SSD hard drive keep the laptop feeling very snappy and responsive. The question that needs to be answered, though, is how well does it game? Well, it will play Doom. Doom 2 to be exact, but I also put it through the paces with some newer games like Civ 5, Rocket League, and of course Minecraft, which it handled with no problem. I also did some light video editing, which it handled well, but during both the gaming and the editing, you could hear the little fan inside the Aspire desperately trying to cool it down. It's not loud, the fan, but it's also not silent either. It's loud enough to be heard by a significant other in bed if you're trying to conquer a civilization in the middle of the night, but not so loud that you'd ever notice it in a public setting like a coffee shop. While using the Aspire for watching YouTube videos or web browsing and a little bit of light gaming, it was more than capable of getting me 8 hours. If all I were doing was replying to emails and surfing the web, I probably could have squeezed out at least 13 hours. In the end, the Acer Aspire S13 is a powerful package in a small form factor. With its exceptional battery life, it'll keep any cross-country commuter happy, and with the ability for some light gaming, keep any student procrastinating from doing their homework.